Welcome back to Watching Business Incorporated right here on Channels Television. Let's head to the markets now with Aniti Edet. Aniti, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Ini. Yeah, okay, so after 2 days public holiday and then the market resuming midweek, but the midweek trading session, it ended in the red, and of course it's picking up from that red at intraday. So the market so far at intraday still a bit of a profit.
Undecided, we see it's 0.00.
Exactly. And the likes of MTN Nigeria, Nigerian Breweries, FBN Holdings were the culprits for that market being in the red. But the intraday will get market analysts to tell us more about the intraday numbers. But first, let's talk about the intraday numbers. We've talked about Nigeria's stock market. Now, as for the South African stock market, yes, it crossed into the 80,000 points and still maintained that level. It didn't go lower despite the 0.65% pullback that you see there at intraday. Those numbers will still be changing, and by the end of Thursday's trading session, we'll see where the market finally decides to land at. And on the other side of the market, we see Egypt's stock exchange still from last week, still not decided to open, still on holiday. So that's it for that market. While the Kenyan stock exchange, as at Wednesday, 0.26% in the green. So that's it for that market. And now let's head to Nigeria's stock market, where all eyes are on the investors. Are actually in a frenzy for the combined offer by one of Nigeria's 6th largest bank, which is Fidelity Bank, which intends to raise about 127.1 billion naira from capital raising. And this is coming after the central bank had announced that all the banks in Nigeria should recapitalize and meet a new minimum recapitalization base. So Fidelity Bank intends to raise, will be doing a rights issue of about 3.2 billion shares at about 9.25 kobo, and a public offer of 10 billion shares, ordinary shares at 9.75 kobo. So now we will be having our guest, Richard Akimolado, to tell us more about this. Thank you for joining us, Richard. Hello, Richard, can you hear me?
Hello, Anita.
Yeah, okay, all right. So we have you there. Okay, Richard, thank you for joining us. Now, right about now, the market is in session, but at the same time, very soon we'll be having Fidelity Bank management, and they've opened that offer, which opens today and will be ending by July the 29th. But my question is, why are investors so excited about this combined offer by Fidelity Bank?
Thank you for having me on your show this afternoon, Anita. So, as you know that...
Hello, Richard, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
So, as you rightly mentioned, that majority of the banks will be coming to the market, and this is the first bank that will come into the market to raise fund in form of equity. We've seen Fidelity opening their offer today, just like an hybrid offer. They are doing a right issue and also sort of a public offer. So the right issue is coming in at 9.25, while the offer is coming at 9.75. So existing shareholders, they can take the advantage of the price. Currently, Fidelity is trading at 10.60. So is investor are actually buying these shares at a discount compared to the current price of the stock now. So I think it's a good one for investors if they can actually buy into the stock at this price. So the discount is actually the benefit for investor if they buy into the offer at the price.
Okay, so Richard, now that takes me to my second question, but still Fidelity, just in about 30 seconds. Now, yesterday we saw that that bank accounted for about 1 billion shares in transactions. So the second question is, what impact is this combined offer or hybrid offer going to have on the Nigerian Stock Exchange as well as the banking sector? Will we see, the likes of other Tier 1 and Tier 2 banks do much bigger than this 127 billion targets?
Yes, you're right. We will see more offers coming into the market. I believe that other banks are actually working on their documentation and approval from SEC and NSC so that they can come to the market and assess the market. So I believe a lot of work are going on the ground, but hopefully by next month, we'll see more offers coming to the markets.
Okay, Richard, so we'll leave it there. And at the same time, we're looking at where the market will end Thursday's trading session, but hopefully in the green. Well, thank you so much for your analysis on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Also, Richard Akimoladun with CSL Securities for the market numbers at intraday. Now, let's talk about the Middle Eastern market. Well, Middle Eastern market, still United Arab Emirates, still trading and still in the red for a third straight sessions, although we saw some pockets of green from the Dubai FM just yesterday. But at intraday for Thursday, these two markets are in the red, no thanks to the impact of profit taking on the United Arab Emirates indexes. Now let's see the other side of the market where we see Saudi Arabia still closed, and the other, Qatar is 0.26% in the green at intraday, 9,702.17 points for that market. And from there, we move over to the United States, where we see the stock futures. Stock futures are positive, coming from the Juneteenth holiday. So we're looking at this, the positive start for the day, 0.10% for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, 0.41%, as you can see there, and as well as the NASDAQ, 0.61%. Now, all these investors are actually looking at the shares of NVIDIA, which has been in the news. Just recently, it overtook Microsoft, becoming the world's most valuable company, and is not coming too far from when it initially or just briefly overtook Apple as the most capitalized company. Apple is actually has regained that spot, but briefly NVIDIA had overtaken that tech giant. And of course, there's a tech rally, so that the tech market is really revving up Wall Street, while investors will be looking out for other numbers, what to be looking for later. And the investors will digest fresh economic data for the second half of the week, which includes the initial jobless claim figures, as well as the housing starts data for Thursday morning. So Nigerian time, 2:30, US markets will be open. And finally, for Asia, we see most of is a mixed picture there. For the Nikkei, 0.16%. The South Korea's Kospi, 0.37%, and the Hang Seng Index, 0.52%. All these markets, they're reacting to China's lending rate, the 1 and 5 year lending rate, the lending prime rate, which is the Bank of China has kept its 1 and 5 year loan rates unchanged. That's the prime rate serves as a benchmark for most corporate household loans. That's the 1 year lending rate, as well, while the 5 year lending rate serves as a peg for property mortgages in that country. So that's why this market being reacting, kind of a mixed picture there for the market. So that's it at intraday and for Thursday.
Thank you so much, Anita.